Let's talk about the weekly recap. I'm Ryan Bueller, and I'm here with Doubtful. Awkward silence again. This is the third episode in this series where we talk about all the movies. Or
stop sugarcoating it, mate.
I'm sorry.
It's a podcast, dude.
Podcast where we talk about everything that we watched this week. This week we watched the new movie on HBO MAX, The Little Things, and we took part in our very first Sundance Film Festival because this year it was all virtual. So we finally got to experience that for the first time. That was pretty awesome. So we got quite a few movies from that, and then we're going to finish off with the newest episode of WandaVision. So, Doubtful here did not watch The Little Things, so I'm going to take the lead on that one.
Seems to be a pattern.
Yes. So, watching the trailer for this movie, it stars Denzel Washington, and the trailer, it definitely had my expectations pretty high. I was expecting a really unique experience and really just a different story. I'll be honest, I was a little let down, but I think my expectations were just a little too high for the movie. The movie itself plays out as a very good crime film. I could compare it to the movie Seven. It's very mysterious, very thrilling, on the edge of your seat, wanting to know where the truth is and how they're going to find it, questioning everybody, just trying to figure out the truth. And I think all three of the lead actors did a fantastic job. The movie just keeps you guessing all the way up to the end. And it definitely was pretty twisty. But I know I enjoyed the movie. Maybe it was a little long, but I definitely would be willing to give it a second chance.
And I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars on my Letterboxd. I'm pretty okay with that.
Description to your Letterboxd.
Yeah, link in the description to the Letterboxd. All right. So we can move on to the Sun. That's everything. I don't want to give anything away, but it was a pretty awesome crime movie.
You said the performances. Who was the standout? Leto.
I feel like
Malik.
I think they all did a great job. I mean, Denzel Washington pretty much just was consistent Denzel Washington and how he is in usual movies. I think Malik did a pretty awesome job. Alongside of Washington, they had a good chemistry, and then Jared Leto was really haunting in his role. Very mysterious, very uneasy when he spoke.
Joker. Better Joker.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. He did a great job, and I would definitely recommend checking it out.
All right,
we can move on to the Sundance Film Festival.
All right, let's talk about it. One for the Road.
One for the Road was the first movie that we watched.
At our first Sundance Film Festival. That's
our very
virtual.
first Sundance, yes.
We went virtual this year because this year it was virtual.
Yes, and hopefully one day we will be able to go and experience a Sundance Film Festival in person.
With a crowd that's, Well, the crowd seemed like to really enjoy the movies that we watched. Most of the movies,
yeah.
This was our first experience, and I think we enjoy these indie films more than any other films, really.
Yeah, because they're really unique, and like the people that are making it, it's made with passion. They love it. This is their dream, is to make these movies, so they really care about it.
We start off with Korean. Is it Korean?
It's a Chinese.
It's Chinese.
Chinese. So majority of the movie is with subtitles, and there is some English sprinkled in there.
There's some
but mainly
English
mainly
songs. A lot of English songs.
Yes, it was definitely interesting how they incorporated that because the director spoke pretty good English when we watched him talk about the movie and introduce it. So he probably was just trying to like cross cultures, I guess. Or maybe he just really liked those songs.
Yeah, those songs were bangers.
Yeah, they were. They definitely worked.
Sorry, the language was Thai, dude. Oh my god.
Sorry, that was an awkward silence.
Yeah, hold up.
Well, while you look up what you're looking up, this movie, it follows two best friends. They've been apart for a little while, but they're reuniting because one of them is going to die within the next month or so.
Because he was diagnosed with cancer, right?
He has cancer, so they rekindle their friendship, and the one that's dying asks the other friend to help him drive around. Yeah, finish off his bucket list. He wants to go and say goodbye, say thank you, or say I'm sorry to these individuals. He went through most of the people he knows over the phone, but these particular people he wanted to see in person. Majority of them being ex-girlfriends.
The description says, but they're both hiding something.
Yes, they're both hiding something, and I think this was a fantastic story. It was based. It was great cinematography. There was good acting. Most of the story was based off of the director of the film, so you can definitely feel that love for this story because it's real.
I went on for a little, when it tonally shifts in the middle of the movie.
Yes, because we see everything that we expected into the movie, almost completely through the second act, the first and second act, and then it completely switches and just changes up the story, and we're being told from a different perspective at a different time, and it just felt really out of place. There wasn't really any setup for it. It kind of just happens, and you kind of forget you're still watching the same movie, almost. But then it slowly intertwines and it comes back and makes it go full circle. But it was just a little out of place.
But overall, the movie was still good.
Yeah, that was really the only issue I had with the movie. Everything else I loved. This is definitely a movie that I would look forward to watching. Again.
It was definitely unique to have its own foreign film, a different speaking language film, because Parasite is I never would have been interested in something like Parasite or watched it.
Yep.
But I'm really glad we got to watch that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
2 years ago. 2 years.
It's crazy that's already been two.
Still.
It's getting there. 2019. But we can move on to the next film, which is yours. We split off. You watched this one on your own.
No, I Was a Simple Man was next.
Oh, okay. So I split off and I watched I Was a Simple Man on my own.
Yeah, you watched that earlier than I watched Mother Schmuckers.
That's true. This was the second day of the festival that we took part in. This was a very interesting movie, to say the least. It's very visual. There's not that much dialogue within the first half. I don't think there was very little. It's very visual. Most of the sounds is just natural noise from the environment. And that's the main praise that I give for this movie is the cinematography. How there was multiple parts where it felt like I was looking at a painting that was coming to life. Very visual, very representative of the land and the people and the way of life there. Because it takes place in Hawaii, I do believe. If I'm not mistaken. But that's really where the praise ends. The story itself was very confusing. I still am not quite there with the whole understanding of the whole point of the movie. I wanted to watch the Q&A after the film ended and it wouldn't load, so I really couldn't get any answers. But there was parts where it was just really I can't tell you why this was happening or what the purpose of. It's just like watching poetry come to life, but you're just not really understanding the symbolism for certain events.
Was it
And
highly
that's really
praised? Like from Letterboxd or any other
it seemed like it was like right in like the 3.5. It kind of went. People didn't like it. People did like it. It was kind of mixed. If I'm not mistaken.
There's many mixed films on here. I'm glad to see there's many opinions on a film. It's a really great feeling to actually like, sit here and be part of a discussion with people who enjoy films.
Yeah, so Letterboxd is definitely the place for that.
Yeah, I fucking love Letterboxd and Twitter when like after the films premiere, you'll see certain discussions, but Letterboxd is usually where you get a lot of it.
Yeah, definitely.
And you get them instantly.
Yeah. I think that's everything I want to say for I Was a Simple Man. If you want to move on to Mother Schmuckers.
Mother Schmuckers is a French-speaking film involving two brothers who, are just complete morons that lose their mother's dogs. And if they don't find the dog within 24 hours, they're getting kicked out.
Ooh.
The movie was annoying.
Now, this was a French film, right?
It was a French film. It felt like French Good Time, but that's why I called it Weird Time. So it was not good, to say the least. But I don't know. I felt like when I watched Q&A, I felt like the filmmakers really enjoyed what they made, and I could appreciate that because there was some like unique, interesting. The writing's like very mixed in my head because it felt like something that was made like on the spot and like there's very disgusting things in the movie, which I think I've told you off a spoiler, but I don't want to discuss it here.
Yeah.
They go from something like really busy. It's more like shock humor.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a Filthy Frank video for an extra half an hour.
I gotcha.
But not as like. But it made into a feature film. And not as funny. But I don't know. It was just everything about the movie went from it goes unlikable to some feels like satire, but some feel like mean-spirited what they do.
Okay.
And it was just, it was just okay to me.
I gotcha.
I'm very like okay with this movie. I gave it like a 2 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's what I gave it. I Was a Simple Man.
I haven't seen I Was a Simple Man. But One for the Road was definitely better than those.
Definitely.
I can't even say the 2. I was about to say the 2. I didn't even see I Was a Simple Man. Or Little Things.
Yeah. Well, we can move on to the next movie if that is cool with you.
Yeah, this is your pick, right?
It was technically your pick. You suggested it to me. You felt like it was something up my alley. And I think you were right. This is 8 for Silver. This is a retelling of the classic tale of the werewolf. And they do it in a very unique and original way. It was actually pretty impressive on what they brought to us. It had, like, location was perfect because it's a period piece. It takes place a long time ago. Costume design was fantastic, and it was beautifully shot. The cinematography was haunting. The way that they used the fog in the woods, it felt alive. They did a really good job. This movie actually showcased a couple actors that we've seen before.
Yeah, Boyd Holbrook.
Yes,
Boyd Holbrook.
He plays the cool guy. What's his profession? I don't know. He deals with like talking to the dead or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't remember what his.
Well,
he comes to help. He comes to help the town with their problem. Because he's dealt with with werewolves before.
It was a random set of slaughters that randomly bring John. What is it? John McCreed? Is that his character's name?
I think so.
McBride. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because
I don't remember.
Seamus' son Edward goes missing, right? And the boy is found murdered. That's what the description says. That's not a spoiler.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, there's...
a wild animal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But John McBride warns of more sinister presence lurking in the woods.
Yes. So, I think everything about this movie was great. It gave us both vibes of The Witch, which is a fantastic movie.
It's like The Witch, but dealing with more characters, it felt.
Yeah, The Witch was definitely more self-contained and more of a slow burn.
A little shorter as well. This felt a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little too long for my taste.
Yeah, I got you.
But I still enjoyed it a lot more than...
Yeah, it was definitely an enjoyable movie. The practical effects were pretty awesome. We got some pretty freaky sequences with a scarecrow.
Some of the CGI was half and half for me.
Yeah, the CGI for the Beast itself was... I mean, it's an indie film, so they don't have the budget of big name companies, but I felt like they should have kept it more in the shadows for a longer period of time, if at all times, because what you can't see is usually scarier than what they can show us, because you can picture it mentally. But I think overall it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. I still found enjoyment out of it, and I still find something like I really like Boyd Holbrook's. Am I blanking on my words?
I don't.
Performance. God damn.
Yeah, he did a great he did a great job. If you don't know who he is, he plays one of the antagonists in Logan. I forget his name. He had the robotic arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to see him. I think he did a great job.
He was also in Predator, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see the Predator though.
I didn't either.
But and Gone Girl as well. Oh, or most famous to me. I forget what his character. Oh my god.
Most you can famous, do it.
I can't. Miracle Guy in We Can Be Heroes. The
yeah.
The Netflix cinematic classic.
I did not see that either.
Oh, I did.
But I've heard how great it is.
Catch his review coming soon in the 2020 video.
Coming soon. Well, we can move on to the next movie, which was your pick. Yeah, it was a midnight premiere.
Coming Home in the Dark.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this movie and really enjoyed more about it. I was really glad that I picked this because it was after being disappointed by films like Mother Schmuckers. Well, I only got disappointed by Mother Schmuckers, but Coming Home in the Dark was I didn't expect anything from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll read the description before I talk more about it because I don't want to spoil.
Okay.
But it's a school teacher is forced to confront a brutal act from his past where a pair of ruthless drifters takes him and his family on a nightmare road trip. And I thought...
wait. No, go ahead, sorry.
Alright, with what? What were you going to say?
I was going to say the movie itself, most of the film takes place on a car ride, and it made it very claustrophobic, very, very self-contained.
A lot of tension.
A lot of tension. The lead guy, Daniel Gillies.
Oh, yeah, I love that performance.
He did a haunting performance. He was definitely the best part of the movie. And like you said the other night, this movie is definitely relies on shock value for quite a bit of it. Which is good.
Shock value. I thought its shock value worked compared to.
Well, no, yeah, it was good. It was good shock value, but we were talking about rewatchability. It might not have the same feeling as it did the first time.
I would still rewatch it for Daniel Gillies' performance. It was overall great.
Yeah.
I thought Eric Thompson played really well on in his performance on Hoagie. And the story, I thought overall, when it comes to give you an understanding of both sides and what happens, it's it works for me a lot.
Yeah, it makes you feel very conflicted, which was good. No, I think overall this is a good movie. It's definitely not they gave a warning right before the movie started. It's not for the faint of heart. It definitely got some disturbing aspects to it.
Which hyped us up.
It did. It did. And
And
it definitely paid off. It was one of the best movies.
it's one of my favorite movies to come out of Sundance.
Definitely.
But is it the next one?
Yeah, that's leading right into our
transition to the next one, which is our favorite movie of the Sundance Film Festival.
Yes, definitely.
On the count of 3.
Yes. This was a directorial debut. What's his name?
Debut?
I forget.
No.
Gerard Carmichael.
Gerard Carmichael.
He starred and directed it.
Was he in Neighbors?
He was in Neighbors. He played one of the frat guys. It's pretty crazy to see him go from that to this. Pretty impressive.
What was it, Gerard Carmichael?
Yeah, Gerard Carmichael, and he was alongside Christopher Abbott. This movie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This movie is it's very like there's a trigger warning. It's all about suicide, and
yes.
It's like him and his friend make like this suicide.
Yeah,
Kevin's
the
attempting to recover from his failed suicide attempt, and he just breaks his friend out, and they both plan to do a double suicide.
Yeah,
But
the way
got
that
some unfinished business.
Letterboxd describes it as 2 guns, 2 best friends, and a pact to end their lives when the day is done. So now they get 1 day to do whatever they want without any consequences, because no matter what happens, at the end of the day, they're gonna die. So it's kind of just this like really friendship oriented, driving around town, reminiscent of the past, just enjoying your day, living it to the fullest. And the way that this movie deals with dark subject matter, it was actually pretty comical. There was quite a few moments that definitely had me laughing, which was good. It was impressive.
Like a very tension, like what are they gonna do with this day, and the end. It just the storytelling I thought was on the point, and the length was perfect.
Yes, this is definitely a movie that you could rewatch.
I want to rewatch it already.
Yeah, definitely. So as soon as this comes out on a platform or gets a pre-order on Blu-ray, we're watching it.
I think this was the best one to come out of Sundance. It gave me like this big friendship vibe, and it's like to an extent like where you like friendship can hold on to you, and it feels rewarded. It's even though it's a sad, it's a trigger warning. I would say trigger warning. It's all about suicide, and the plans of planning a double suicide.
Yeah.
It perfectly plays out to me.
To
this really emotional story. Because
yeah.
I personally feel like I've had like depressed moments before watching this film, and it just makes me feel like I don't know. I can relate in a way.
I got you.
Because mental health is very important, I feel.
Yes, a lot of people deal with it every day.
And this film, I think, perfectly represents like the point of life and making the best of it with your friend.
Yeah. That was perfect.
And the extent you'll go. And I can't wait to rewatch this again.
Oh yeah, definitely a great movie.
Maybe I think it'll stick on my top 10 till the end of the year. I feel.
Yeah, probably.
But we're already in the first month, and usually an indie film takes me up and always is loved for great reasons.
Definitely.
And this one's well deserved. I don't know who will pick it up. Like maybe A24 or a Netflix. I hope.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whenever I get a chance to rewatch it again, it'll be
a good time. But now we can move on to the final film that we watched during the Sundance Film Festival. And that was another doubtful pick.
Sadly.
And that was The Blazing World, another directorial debut, which is also
Carlson
directed and starring
Carlson Young, right?
Yes. This was a very
unique film.
This was unique, yeah. Very interesting, very artsy, very visual, very.
The ideas were there. But the writing,
The
I thought
ideas, the effort, it was, yeah, like there was good aspects to it, but I have no idea what we watched. Like I have no idea what, like I Am a Simple Man was confusing, but like I had an idea of like what it was giving us, like what the story was. This I have no clue. I have no idea.
I
don't know
didn't
if
feel
you
like any connection to it at all.
Mm-mm.
You know, I felt confused. I was visually liking some of the part. Like cinematography was really good at points. Some effects were like the production was off the charts though. The production
definitely
had a huge like whoever did the production was on point during the whole movie.
Yes, definitely was awesome visually. It was great to look at for the most part.
For the most part for me. Some editing choices, there were so many weird editing choices and acting that fell flat for me.
Yeah.
But and I saw like the I was watching the before it and the passion and the love for the directorial debut. That's why I always feel like bad for being super critical on something I don't like.
Yeah, because it wasn't like our bag, but like we appreciate the effort that she put in, and it's her first movie. She did her best. It didn't click with us. It didn't the stars didn't align for the story.
Yeah, some directorial debut can hit, some can miss, and that's proof from like movies like I watch per se. I don't know if you watch any directorial debuts, but
I've seen a few.
What in this Sundance so far?
Yeah, we just watched the one that we just talked about.
Coming Home in the Dark definitely was Coming Home in the Dark and On the Count of Three.
Yeah.
Were two good ones, but to me like The Blazing World and like Mother Schmuckers, even though I heard passion in them, I just couldn't click.
Yeah. And they'll learn with the next film that they do, or the next couple films, they'll learn to get to the point.
I think she tried on her acting as well.
Yeah, I thought she had good moments, but there was a couple parts that it didn't work. That's okay.
Crazy enough, Sundance usually there's a Q&A section, right? If the chat gets too toxic, they shut it off, and they had to shut it off for this one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Which sucks. It's right there with the director and everything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And this one's definitely getting more like Kate than
any
of the other ones I saw. Out of the ones we saw, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe there is one that's absolute dog shit that we didn't watch. But
all right. So final thoughts on The Blazing World. Go.
I don't have any final thoughts on Blazing World. I didn't really
Okay. I guess we could just do final thoughts on all of Sundance, I guess.
Final thoughts on Blazing World. It had a bunch of inspiration, and I saw the attempt in it. It's just the story didn't work with me. And didn't come together. A little bit of directing fault, but overall I saw the imagination.
Yeah, the imagination was there, the effort, but just the showing that she just has room to grow and develop.
All right.
But I think overall, I think Sundance was a great experience. We got to watch some great movies. We didn't get to see everything that we wanted to see, so hopefully the things that we missed come out soon on some streaming platforms or to watch on Blu-ray.
Judas is 2 weeks from now.
Yes, very excited on watching that one. And then Coda, you said, got picked up by Apple TV, right?
Coda got picked up by Apple TV, and Jockey got picked up by Sony. My dog.
There we go. So. Nice. All right. So, yeah, Sundance was a great experience, but now we can move on to the newest episode of WandaVision. This
titled what?
This was.
You were about to say it, but you don't remember the title.
No, I don't remember the episode title.
I don't remember the best episode title either. I was just messing with you.
Do you have it up?
I saw the mid-season trailer though. We Interrupt This Program is what it was called.
I guess that makes sense. So this was like the first episode that we got like the usual Marvel feel to the episodes, because we're in reality in this episode, and we kind of get to see like the behind the scenes of what's been going on in the real world while Wanda's been creating this sitcom on TV.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. So we get to meet Agent Wu, which we met in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, my boy Randall
he's
Park.
back.
He did the magic trick. He did the magic trick. He learned from Scott.
He did the magic trick. Yeah, that was cool. I appreciated that detail.
Monica Rambeau.
When that happened.
And Darcy Lewis.
Monica Rambeau, and Darcy from Thor 1 and 2 has returned. Awesome. This pretty much this episode was kind of just like a recap of what's been going on in Wanda's world and what's been going on in the real world and how it's been playing out, and how they've experienced it and why certain things have been happening in those episodes. It's because they were trying to communicate with Wanda from the outside world and trying to figure it out. And by the end of this episode, we pretty much just see we're kind of all up to date on what's going on, and we'll have to wait until next week to see the worlds collide. See what's going on with Wanda. And, exciting stuff.
There's nothing really spoiler heavy to bring out this week besides, of course, the 3 characters that came back. I just shook my crate. That was probably annoying to hear. But
it's cool that Monica Rambeau, the little girl from Captain Marvel,
are we talking spoilers?
Still grown up.
Well, yeah, we're talking spoilers. It's episode 4, right? Like we said last time.
Yeah, we can talk spoilers. I mean, she's back. She's all grown up.
She's gone in the snap.
That was the best part of the episode, was that it showed a different perspective of
her,
the blip, and how the people coming back and like watching a hospital freaking out and people not knowing where they are, and it's just complete utter chaos. That was awesome.
It was sad to see that her mother died alone.
Her mom died without her.
Yeah, she was pretty big in Captain Marvel, the character.
Yeah. So that was definitely sad.
But it also up there, it was like, even though they didn't say anything about Catherine Hahn's Agnes character, they got all the people. They were saying these are real people, but they couldn't find out who her real identity was. And it also showed like a little bit of horrific kind of moments with Wanda and how like crazy she's kind of getting there when she threw Monica out.
Yes, and I'm really liking the vibes. I'm really liking the I guess we could say
it is confirmed that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness takes place before the Spider-Man 3. So
okay, so that's good. So Wanda's definitely leading straight into this movie.
Yeah, and you saw like a little bit of horrific like jump scare, like the Vision jump scare, right?
Yeah.
Which was huge. Imagine that with Sam Raimi's feel.
Oh
that's
my goodness!
Multiverse of Madness.
This
is a little hit of Multiverse of Madness. It's inspiration for Raimi.
Yeah, it's this season I feel like is definitely gonna leave us off with a cliffhanger leading right into the movie. Definitely a big setup. Can't believe we're already halfway through the show.
Then Falcon Winter Soldier, and then we got Snyder Cut on the same day as Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Very exciting stuff coming. But was there anything else from the episode that you want to talk about?
Not really.
I think that was pretty much everything.
It was a good episode.
It was a good episode, yeah, overall. And I'm very excited to see what happens in the next episode. But I guess that is everything for this week. And there's some stuff coming out next week.
Next week would be way more relaxed. We're gonna be watching Malcolm and Murray, right?
Yes, that's the plan.
And then hopefully another surprise show to throw in there, an old one.
Yes, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But that is everything for this week. This has been the weekly recap. I'm Ryan Bueller. That's when you say I am doubtful.
Oh no, I just like fucking me. I am a doubtful.
All right. And all right, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.